predictions for the Super Bowl. I don't know what number Super Bowl this is. I'm terrible with Roman numerals. But we have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm putting this video up. It'll be going up on Saturday. By the time you guys watch this video, I will be somewhere over the Pacific Ocean. And this is the last video that you'll be seeing in this house, or even in this country for a while, I don't know. But Super Bowl prediction. And I'm actually going to be in the airplane while the Super Bowl is happening. I don't think that there will be a way for me to watch the Super Bowl on my flight. If there is, I'll do it. I know there's in-flight entertainment, but it's usually movies, TV shows, things like that, not live television. If there is a way for me to watch it, I'll watch it. I'll be checking the score and highlights and things like that, and I'll watch the highlights when I land, when I get settled in. But so I won't be able to say everything with 100% accuracy, go into all the little minutia, but I'll do my best. And the next time you see me, I will be in a different background, a different backdrop, different setting. Everything will be different. I don't foresee there being an interruption in content. I think I should still get things up at the usual times. But you never know with travel. There's always a possibility something goes wrong. So if there's a disruption, I'll do my best to get it fixed as quickly as possible. But we're going to talk about the Eagles and the Chiefs. Now, usually I don't look at this stuff, but since this is the last NFL prediction video for the year, I thought let's get into the odds. Let's look at some stats. I kind of have my own idea on how this game is going to go. I'm seeing a lot of experts, a lot of the predictions all kind of go in the same way. But let's go here. And off the bat, I'm sorry, the dark mode plugin did not work on these websites. I tried to get dark mode going, it didn't work, so it's going to be bright. So if you watch on your phone, if you watch on your TV, maybe, turn the other way, whatever, but here we go. Here are the Vegas betting lines. Let me adjust myself a little bit there. Here are the Vegas betting lines. As you can see, all but one sportsbook has the Philadelphia Eagles as a favorite. WinBet Sports has the Chiefs as a 2-point favorite. All the rest of these have the Eagles as a 1.5-point favorite. So either way you cut it. This is predicted to be a close game. I do expect this to be a close game, but if you're very confident in the Eagles like the rest of these are, maybe you head over to the win and you throw on the Eagles bet at a -2. It's definitely a possibility. Let's look here. Super Bowl 57, there we go. I just found this. This is Super Bowl odds, Eagles versus Chiefs spread, money line total. This is a few days old. Actually, no, not really. February 8th, we're good. Let's see. Chiefs were briefly a 2.5-point underdog. The line has since settled at Chiefs point 1.5. Okay. Let's see. Kansas City survived close win Jaguars and Bengals that are made tighter by injuries. Mahomes battled through a high ankle sprain to deliver 330 passing yards, 2 touchdowns against the Bengals. The Chiefs have a long list of key players will be on injury report in the days leading up to the Super Bowl. Receivers Kadarius Toney, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Mecole Hardman were all forced out the AFC title game, along with LB, William Gay, and cornerback L'Jarius Sneed. Chiefs rookie running back Isaiah Pacheco also seemed to suffer a lower leg injury late in the contest. Philly's coming off a dominant run to the NFC playoffs with a strong ground game, star-studded defense. Pass rush knocked Brock Purdy in the NFC Championship game earlier and to be an effect to the rest of the way along the rest of the Niners offense. With Mahomes' ankle clearly humbled and the Chiefs struggling to run the ball with any consistency, pass protection will be one of the most important aspects of this matchup. Kansas City's offensive line ranked 5th in adjusted sack rate, only 4.8%. And Mahomes took the 3rd fewest sacks during the regular season. The Eagles ranked 1st in DVOA pass defense and 1st in adjusted sack rate, 11.2% this season. With 70 total sacks, including the playoffs, their depth on the defensive line is unparalleled as midseason acquisitions Linval, Joseph, and Ndamukong Suh, adding 2 more big bodies to throw Mahomes. In Super Bowl LV 55, Suh and the Bucs defensive front put Mahomes under constant pressure to the scales of that contest. Offensively, the Eagles should continue to establish the run. Jalen Hurts' shoulder is also limited by injury, but he rushed for 39 yards and a touchdown in the NFC title game, including some hard-nosed runs on QB sneaks. Chiefs allowed 123 rushing yards per game to 5.3 yard per carry clip over their previous 3 playoff games before holding the Bengals to 71 rushing yards in the AFC Championship. However, they struggled to contain Joe Burrow in the pocket, and Hurts is a far more dynamic runner. Let's see. Philadelphia's outstanding showing against the 49ers effort is the driving force, making them the favorites when the Super Bowl line opened right there in the NFL Championship games. It was somewhat surprising the Eagles opened as -2 favorites and nudged to Philly with -2.5 later that night, considering that Patrick Mahomes showed against Cincinnati that he can perform to high levels despite his ankle injury. Mahomes now has 2 full weeks to train as well, which wasn't the case in the AFC title game against the Bengals. Super Bowl spread settled at Eagles -1.5 on February 2nd and has sat there since. Okay, and last thing I want to look at, let's go offense here. So Chiefs and Eagles actually have the number 1 and number 2 offense as far as points are concerned in the entire NFL. That's fantasy points, I'm really concerned about that. Number 1, number 2 in yards. Number 10 interceptions, number 3 pass yards 1. Eagles having a hard time with the pass. And it's going to be even more difficult to get the pass going with Jalen Hurts having an injured shoulder. Again, that might not be an issue at this point with the rest. But it has to be noted that against the Niners and in the game before that, Jalen Hurts was really not throwing the ball very much and not very well when he was throwing it. Pass completions, pass attempts, that's all heavily in the Chiefs' favor as well as passing touchdowns. But the opposite is true on the rush. The Eagles have rushed the ball much better than the Chiefs. As I mentioned, the Chiefs have had a hard time establishing the run in general. Eagles led the league in rushing touchdowns. Total touchdowns are 1 and 2. Red zone touchdowns 1 and 3. Red zone attempts 1 and 6. Sacks allowed. Eagles allow a bunch of sacks, but they also get a lot of sacks. Moving to defense, the Eagles here have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defense in the league here. Although I think right at this point may be a little bit better. But as you see, they get the most amount of sacks. But this is kind of one of those like unstoppable force versus immovable object type things when you're dealing with, the amount of sacks that the Chiefs allow. The fewest amount of sacks. But the Eagles, let me adjust myself a little bit here. The Chiefs allowed the fewest amount of sacks, but the Eagles sacked the most, right? So, unstoppable force, immovable object. Right? Here, let's just let's put sacks up here, so the Eagles go on top. But in the Chiefs defense, they're also second in sacks. The Chiefs defense has generated more points. The Eagles defense has caused more interceptions and more turnovers. They've allowed fewer yards, and they've allowed the least amount of passing yards, which is interesting because, again, that's where the majority of the offense for the Chiefs is going to be coming from, is from the pass. And the Eagles are they're the best in the league at shutting down the pass. And if you look here, the pass completion, pass touchdowns, the Chiefs have allowed the most. They're in the red here. But I don't think the Eagles are going to be passing it that much. So I'm not that concerned about that. I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to be slinging the ball very much. But the Eagles' strength is their run game. But look at here, the Chiefs are pretty good at shutting down the run. 6th in rush attempts, 4th in rushing touchdowns. So those are the stats. That's what the numbers say. And coming into this week, at the beginning of the week, I was going to just kind of side with what everybody else said. I was going to go Eagles. I've been saying for weeks now, the Eagles are the deepest team in the league. They have depth at every position. But over the last couple days, 2-3 days, I've just been kind of, I don't know, I've just been kind of thinking, I think that experience, Patrick Mahomes has been here before. Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl before. He's a little bit older, he's a vet, a little bit more experienced. They have I think, the Kansas City, they do have some injuries, but they've got Travis Kelce down there who just makes magic happen. That Mahomes-Kelce combination, I don't know, I feel like statistically, if you're just looking at the numbers, it's very easy to say Eagles here. Especially with that defense they have, if they can get their hands on Mahomes, especially if he's hobbled, if they can get their hands on him. But my problem is I don't really take anything away from that 49ers win. That does not impress me at all because they weren't, as soon as Brock Purdy went down, the game was over. Like, they did not need to play the rest of that game. They could have just blown the whistle and said, alright, everybody go home, the Eagles win. Like, as soon as Brock Purdy went down, the Eagles, like, nothing they did after that matters. They didn't prove anything there. Like, yeah, any team would win that. A college team would win that. So, I don't take too much from that. Yeah, it was a dominant win, but, the worst team in the league would win in a dominant fashion there. So, and then the Chiefs, they've been doing a lot with a little. And like I said, Mahomes, he can just make things happen that I've never seen before with a football. The way he can throw the football, the pockets he can hit, the targets. He just moves the football in a way that doesn't make sense. So I think with that experience, especially the Super Bowl experience, the big game experience, understanding that pressure, I think I'm going to pick the Chiefs here to win the Super Bowl. Now that's obviously going against the betting odds, it's going against all the statistics. There's just something in me that thinks that the intangibles are going to be what decides this game. If the game was played on paper, if it was played in Madden, okay, yeah, Eagles, easy. But I think this is going to be a very close game. I think this is going to be a back and forth game. And I think the game is going to be decided by a single score, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown or whatever. I think it's going to be decided by a single score, either 3 or 7 points. And I just feel like if we're coming down to a 2-minute drill, if the game is tied, if the game is close, like the Eagles have a 3-point lead, or the Eagles have a, whatever, a small lead that a touchdown would take away, or if the game is tied, if the ball is in Patrick Mahomes' hands, you're in a 2-minute drill, you're in a late game situation, which is what I think this game might come down to. I think it's probably going to come down to a late game. I feel like whoever scores, whoever has that last drive, this game wins. Whoever has the ball with 2 minutes left on the clock wins this game. And I think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. I think they win by 3, by 4, by 7, whatever. That's my prediction. I'm going to lock that in right now, actually. I'm going to say the Kansas City Chiefs win this game. And they win it by 4 points. I think what's going to happen is going to be the fourth quarter. Eagles will be up 3. There'll be like a minute 30 left. And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get the ball back. Patrick Mahomes is going to go down the field. And he's going to throw the ball to Travis Kelce for a touchdown. That's what I think is going to happen. And they're going to win by 4. That's my prediction right now. Kansas City Chiefs by 4 points in the Super Bowl. So, let me know in the comments down below what you think. I know there's going to be a lot of Eagle fans disagreeing with me. That's fine. Nothing against the Eagles. They've been the best team in the NFL pretty much all season, and I'm not taking anything away from them. I just think the Super Bowl is like a different beast, and I don't know, I think it's going to come down to experience. It's going to come down to veteran leadership. When you have a guy who's been there before, I feel like that provides an intangible something that matters. So, again, let me know what you think about this prediction. Either way, I think this is going to be a great Super Bowl. And as somebody who doesn't root for either of these teams, as a neutral, I think this is going to be a pretty exciting game as a neutral here. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys on Monday. For me, it'll be Tuesday. But see a new backdrop, see the new digs. Yeah, man. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.